So all amino acids can be converted into energy. And how are they converted into energy? Well, they're converted into energy by converting them into different substances of the citric acid cycle or pyruvate or acetyl-CoA, which feed into the citric acid cycle. Now, can you make amino acids? Or if you can make the amino acids, how do you make these amino acids? Well, again, all amino acids feed into the citric acid cycle. Now, the citric acid cycle also plays a big role in amino acid synthesis in your body. And what we have is that, yes, you can synthesize some amino acids from different steps in glycolysis and the citric acid cycle. So here we have three amino acids that come from 3-phosphoglycerate in the middle of glycolysis. And then you also have these amino acids from different parts of the citric acid cycle. Well, these two right here, phenylalanine and tyrosine. Tyrosine is directly synthesized from phenylalanine, but it's not really linked to any of the phenylalanine doesn't come from any compounds here in glycolysis or the citric acid cycle. Now compare that to the previous slide. What do you notice? You might notice that you can't put all 20 amino acids in, but you can't necessarily get all of them out. In fact, we only see maybe about 11 of them. So the overall message here in amino acid metabolism is that you can put all 20 amino acids into the citric acid cycle or pyruvate or acetyl-CoA, which feed into the citric acid cycle, but you can't get all 20 back out. So again, we only saw 11 amino acids in the previous slide. So humans cannot synthesize all 20 amino acids. Therefore, so if we can't make all 20 amino acids, where do we get it from? First, we have to talk about non-essential amino acids. And you might be like, okay, what are these? Well, these are the amino acids your body can make. And since they're made in your body, you don't need external sources of these amino acids. So here's a list of the non-essential amino acids according to the medlineplus.gov. And what we have here are 11 amino acids. And then there's also a special subcategory that are called conditionally essential amino acids. So your body has the capability to make all these amino acids you see here. But in cases your body is stressed or starvation or you have some sort of disease going on in your body, well, sometimes that affects your metabolism and your ability to make these amino acids. So the ones I have with the asterisk, these are considered conditionally essential amino acids. So in healthy conditions, you should produce enough of these amino acids in your own body. But in stressful conditions or disease conditions, you might not produce enough of these amino acids. And even though like tyrosine isn't typically listed as an essential amino acid, it's kind of weird because tyrosine can be synthesized from phenylalanine, but phenylalanine itself is something your body can't make. So it's kind of like weird. Like tyrosine, because it can be made from another chemical, is considered non-essential or conditionally essential. Now, essential amino acids, again, essential means something that's needed, right? So it's the essence of something. So essential amino acids, these cannot be synthesized by your body. And where do you get this? Well, you need to get these essential amino acids from your food, your diet. Because again, if you can't produce it in your own body, you need it from somewhere. So essential amino acids, these are pretty canonical. And again, they're consistent with that reference I have linked down here. But the thing is that this list can vary between different textbooks, publications, and experts. So if you take another class and they have a different list, use that class and that list. But again, these are the ones that you can't get out from the citric acid cycle or glycolysis. So again, all amino acids can go into the citric acid cycle, but you can't get all 20 back out. So the ones you can't get back out, these are essential amino acids. And if you're using the Martini book, it lists arginine as essential amino acids, but I won't test you on that because again, this is a conflict between most resources and Martini. Now, there's another term that's related called a complete protein. So when you have a complete protein, this is some sort of food or dietary source that has significant amounts of all of these amino acids. So all of these boxes right here, these 9 that are canonical, These are all found in complete proteins, and they have to have more than just trace amounts of these. They have to have substantial amounts. So complete proteins, well, what are examples of complete proteins? Well, things that are proteins, and we're made of protein, right? Like protein makes up our skeletal muscle, right? So then meat is skeletal muscle, and this is a source of complete proteins. And not only meat, well, say you don't eat red meat, well, where else can you get complete proteins? Eggs also are complete proteins as well. And you can also get complete proteins from dairy. So here we have whey as well. Now, if you're vegan or vegetarian, you may be like, well, what about meat? Well, other sources of complete proteins for people who want plant-based complete proteins include quinoa, which is pretty great because it has all the essential amino acids, and buckwheat as well. A lot of people know about quinoa, but buckwheat's kind of slept on. So these are all complete proteins, and especially if you have a diet that's a little more stricter or regimented, it is good to know that you have multiple sources where you can get all the amino acids to make the proteins in your body.